Hey there, Vikrant here, and today we shall be discussing the most common way of getting a first employment in Germany is through a Dienstleister. It's not just for foreigners but also for Germans because the risk of firing someone once you have hired them is a bit too high. So to take away this legal risk from firing someone or having to fire someone because your project ran off or didn't last as long as you expected, or because an employee didn't have the know-how that you thought in the interview that he or she would, or just because they don't gel well with the team or are creating a bad environment in the team, the legal risk of firing is just too high. So as a business owner, what I would try to do is find a company that takes this legal risk away from me. These service providers, these middle companies, are called Dienstleisters.
Dienstleisters are the most common form of employment at OEMs, and they work under the same laws as those companies. They are not there to exploit people, but to act as a middle firm to take away the risk.
Now, as an owner for an OEM, my risk goes away. I can work with the employee, I can have him or her work on my project, and once the project gets over, I simply stop taking his or her services.
Sometimes big Dienstleisters also have their own huge offices where people do project-based work for big companies.
There are many Dienstleisters in Germany, and most of them are specific to a single field or work with a single company or maybe even with a single department. So it depends on the company and the managers themselves and with whom they have made a relationship or with whom they have worked in the past and found good results. So while there are many companies that provide these Dienstleister services, the bigger ones like Hayes, Bertrand, Ferschau, these companies provide, at least in my field, engineering, most of the jobs. Now, if you are in a separate field, please go check out the website and just Google Dienstleister and you'll find dozens of names. And you can go select a Dienstleister that works in your field or in your area, and you can directly go and apply to those Dienstleisters. Salary negotiations with a Dienstleister are exactly the same as with the OEM. You need to know what the position is worth and what the position is offering. You need to know your worth based on your current salary or your degree or your experience, and then you negotiate. But the Dienstleister company is obviously a for-profit company that is going to make a little money off providing this legal risk away from the company that is trying to hire you. So you might not be making exactly the same as what an internal employee at the company makes. But most big companies are slowly coming up with this equal pay concept where year over year they keep increasing your pay till you reach a point where you are paid exactly the same as what an internal employee would. And at this point, most OEMs try to directly hire you inside. Or if they know obviously that you are a very good worker and they need your skills, or you have gelled up very well or have gained substantial know-how about the company and its workers, they would, even previously to this equal payment time, try to hire you internally. But on the off chance that you don't work out as well as they thought you would, or the project just got cut off, then they don't need to worry about paying you. They can simply cancel their contract with this Dienstleister company. But because this Dienstleister company still has a contract with you, they need to keep paying you, and hence it comes upon their responsibility to find you another job or another position where they can continue making money off you and not lose money by paying you every month while you do not do any work. These companies provide their own advertisements, they do their own marketing, and you can see them in job fairs, you can see them at the university providing services or just knowledge exchange, and they provide some additional services like CV check or language translation, whatever, to ensure that you get a job and that they get the PR and the talent pool that they need to provide the best jobs to the future companies that they would be working with. Ciao.